Hello, and welcome. We're doing Super Magnetic Neo. I'm Broby, runner of this game, and I also have GB says hi on commentary with me. Say hi. Say hi.
This yeah, Neo's a super fun game. I can't wait to Broby show it off for y'all.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna jump into it. Timing starts when I press new game. So, on go. Three, two, one, go. So in Super Magnetic Neo, it's kind of like a Crash clone, but Sega. But like the gimmick here is that we've got magnetic abilities, and all in this level we'll be using the red side of the magnet. I forget what you call it, like the north. I'm not sure, but we just kind of zoom in. We have a meter at the bottom left that we control. That helps our stash and also just uses our magnetic abilities. Every level goes by really fast too, so this will be like about 30 seconds.
Like with magnetics, they have two sides to them, and in this circumstances, we have north and south, red and blue.
Yeah.
So with these like ropes that he was just going on, you have to opposites attract. So you have to do red if it's a blue rope, or blue if it's a red rope, and stuff like that. Comes some pretty precise movements later on.
Alright, this game is brutal because just like Crash, one hit and you're done for. So we gotta be pretty safe. Oh, okay. There we go. I'm already goofing, but it's okay. Not bad. No deaths. Not yet. Never mind. So right there, I'm trying to jump behind this wall. You're supposed to break it. Oh.
So yeah, the enemies you can pick them up with the same mentality. The orange enemies you got to pick up with the blue magnet. So yeah, you're supposed to grab the enemy and then throw them into the wall. But if you're Broby and you're really good at the game, you can jump around it.
As I fail like 5 times, but yeah, wow, that was great.
Higher success rate than I do.
Yeah, dude. Oh, the ledge grab clutch? I never see it. Wow. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Yeah. So the plot of this game is that you're this robot dude, and this gang called the Pinky Gang. They take over a park, and your professor sends you out to take them down. And we're just gonna go breezing through the levels. And this is the jungle world, but in the jungle world, level 3, we get snow. It's fitting. Definitely. But yeah, right here, I just grabbed a pill. And these don't exist in the Japanese version for like the main levels. They do exist for the bosses, but people complain about this game being too hard, so they had to add a few extra hits in.
Yeah, very very typical Japanese versions. Too hard, so the Western releases are easier.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I missed that cycle.
And here we are kind of introduced to ice mechanics, which we all know and love in our platformers.
And there's more to come here too, later on. Oh, okay, nice.
We're just pulling off this really tight trick right there to jump across the ice, and it's much more difficult than he makes it look.
Also, I got a key card, which I usually want to not grab through every level. There's one in every level, but this one you just have to grab. It's in our way, and it wastes us 10 seconds from loading. But we can just cancel out the key card. It's a mini game. We can just leave the level. Bonus game. Sorry. Alright, level 4. This hasn't been too bad so far. Too bad. Too bad. We're moving. Alright. These, for the run, like, if you have no meter, you can't run, so we want to, like, manage that as much as possible. Pretty weird.
Those islands that right there are pretty tricky. They're moving up and down, and with Neo, if you're even slightly off the ground, you cannot jump. So those jumps will kind of feel like they're eating your jumps quite often. And I've lost quite a few runs just in the early game to those.
Yeah, there's 0 coyote time in this game, which is pretty brutal. Like, negative. There's none. This game does not forgive you for anything. But that went smooth. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, that was good. Are you gonna go for the escape here?
I mean, you gotta. So yeah, go on.
Yeah. So in the bosses, when you pick up the pill, you get a bit of immunity phrase. You're able to take an additional hit. But when you get hit, you get pushed. So for this boss right here, you're gonna try to grab the pill and then stand and get to a very precise point that when it hits you, it pushes you through the wall into the little teleporter at the end of most levels, fully skipping having to do the fight. This boss skip is very much the hardest one in the game, and Broby pulls it off first try.
Oh, perfect RNG too. You have to wait out its attacks, but it just
it's either 1, 2, or 3 attacks, and then it does the push attack. So that was beautiful.
Yeah, wow. I never get that.
So yeah, cool. That fight was like 17 seconds with that skip. Usually without it, it's probably, what would you say, like a minute, over a minute or something.
Like 50 seconds, I think.
Yeah, so
and I got that too. The hub world has cycles with these, and that is like maybe frame perfect. If I lose that, then I have to wait 7 seconds. But we move. Nice. I like getting the optimal stuff. You don't have to wait.
Yeah. Both of those tricks that he just got with the boss skip and that cycle skip there, I've never gotten before.
Yeah, maybe one of the hardest, like those two back to back, just the hardest stuff in the game, maybe. For tricks, anyways. A lot of the levels are pretty brutal. But yeah, now we're on to World 2. It's the Ancient World. And now we've got an auto-scroller section that we can still move, but we just can't stop. Like, we can control our speed and everything. And also, if you heard through my mic or not, I don't know. My VMU made a little beep, and when it beeps, there's like a little hidden treasure I can grab, but we're doing any percent, so I can't grab it.
Yeah, this level in particular is kind of hard for 100% because of the constant movement. You can't go, if you miss something, you can't go back for it.
Yeah. Other than that, this is pretty chill. As long as you don't die there.
Definitely step down difficulty compared to the tricks you just have to pull off.
Yeah. Yeah, under a minute. Nice. For level 2, this level's interesting because there's like kind of a mini boss to it. It's like a boss that has like gambling to it. It's very RNG, but we have a way around it, and I'll get to it when we can. Do you want to explain it when I get there?
Yeah, so coming up here, it's a door with switches on each side, and when you hit the switches, it stops it kind of like a slot machine. And depending on what you get, he'll either spit out some enemies or coins, But what you want to get is it to land on these 7, so you get like a jackpot. And when you do that, he instantly, and like the fight's done. So to get it, we pause buffer. We just mash the pause button, and you're able to, like, when you unpause it, immediately hit the 7. And then right now, there's this firewall chasing us, and typically you have to run almost all the way back to the start of the map to get past it. But because we have the pill, which grants us immunity, we're able to just take a hit from the falling coffin to gain immunity frames to jump through the firewall, saving, I think it was like 12 seconds or so.
Yeah, something like that. Still pretty big. And it's easy.
Roby was the one who found that.
This is true. It's true.
I think we're both working on it at the same time, but he was the one who actually found it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were like,
I remember that.
I think I was live and then trying to find a way to skip the firewall, and then you posted a message like, I found it.
Yeah, good teamwork. Hell yeah. Right here is usually when I feel like most people give up on this game because it's pretty brutal. This level's pretty hard. It changes it up by being like a side scroller, or like 2D, 2.5D rather, I guess. Yeah.
Kind of similar to like Crash games where they'll have a different camera perspective for some levels. Yeah, no, this level and the next one are definitely the point where I think most people quit.
Yes.
The next level is a lot of very tight jumps at the start.
Bang, bada, boom! Alright.
And Brody pulls off an incredible 101 there.
just barely under. I forget what the best time you can get there is. I think like a 58.
I think the best is like a 103.
Yeah, I'm thinking of 58 because if you restart on a level, then some cycles are different. I think if you restart on that level, the cycle's better. So I think 101's pretty good. And yeah, 103 is great as well. But yeah, we're gotta go through these, but that's not a problem, hopefully.
Yeah, so you're supposed to like grab a spinning rope there and kind of just drop at the right point, but if you sprint jump at the right time, you can just skip all of it.
Using the enemy to... Oh! I bonked. But we still make the cycle, so it's fine. Oh my god. More slippery, slidey floors. Hooray.
This level includes a lot of tight timer-based things, so we have to hit these switches, and they start a timer for these steps. And once that timer runs out, they flatten, and you cannot climb them anymore. So you have to actually like be fast. You can't just play it safe.
Thankfully, that's what we're doing. Being fast. Wow. But yeah, now every world has 4 levels and then a boss, so we're doing the boss now.
Yeah. The first 3 worlds, all of their bosses have skips. The hardest one being the first one that we saw earlier, and then this boss is very easy to skip.
You just walk at a wall.
Yeah, so once we do this first phase, he has 3 phases, and then he's kind of like a Lego brick kind of combination. So after you hit him twice, he changes a new phase, and that one will give you the push you need to be pushed through the wall into the teleporter. But this is typically what the boss fights look like. Of he attacks for a while, he'll drop some enemies in which we can throw. So a lot of the boss fights are just dodging until you're able to attack.
Here you go. He stomps on us. We get a whiff of his feet, and we move on to the cowboy world. Awesome.
Cowboy World is a pretty large jump in difficulty compared to the previous stuff.
If you push through the last 2 levels of this world, it's like, all right, maybe I can do this. It just it's 2 times harder still. It's pretty bad.
And it's a pretty similar difficulty jump going from Cowboy World to Final World.
It just keeps going.
World 4 is some very difficult stuff.
Here we go. Also, whenever Neo dashes and you let go, he wails his arms and is still trying to go back to a neutral state, but is slippery and all that. So I try to jump as much as possible whenever I'm done dashing, so he doesn't do that. And it just makes it a lot easier for me to control him.
So, yeah, like on 2-1, we're going back to the horse. Except there's a lot more obstacles this time on us. And we try to get on the horse at kind of a particular time, and I think Broby got a pretty good cycle on it. Because these coffins right here are very dangerous, and it is possible to hit cycles that are not possible.
I think that's mainly for 100%, right? They're just something you need to grab, and the cycle is just impossible.
You can hit it on any percent. It's harder to hit the initial cycle that you can get through cleanly on 100%, but you can still miss it on any percent. Because I've definitely been stuck there for 5 minutes before getting a bad cycle over and over again.
That's so real. Speaking of getting stuck, this level is maybe the worst in the game? No, not in the game, but this world. It's just really long and has really tight jumps.
Yeah, this is probably my worst level. I think I die and lose runs here more than anything else. So we're going back. We got some more ice jumps. And a big thing with this one is that you kind of build speed slowly on them because you're just trying to run on ice. So it is a lot of starting a sprint then jumping, because you'll have the speed for the sprint in the air, but you won't when you're on the ground. So it's a press sprint jump basically every time you're on ice.
Yeah, it's a good way to control yourself. Even though I have the pill right now, there's these crystals in this level that still will one-shot you even if you have the pill, which is very dumb. So I gotta make sure to not get hit.
Typically right there you're supposed to grab that rope, but because landing in that water that Broby just landed on will push you back very fast. So he managed to get a jump in really quickly. I think you just destroyed my personal best for that level.
Yeah, that was really clean. That was good.
That was very clean.
I'm happy with that. I think, I made one mistake by not pressing the right button to pick up the enemy. Press the wrong button. Other than that, was good. And here we
Broby's
have
kind of just on a different level for this game. His personal best is 35 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is in the 40s still. So he's like 5 minutes ahead of everybody else.
You want to explain the cart level?
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
So very similar to the horse that we've seen in previous levels. We're kind of on an auto scroller. The cart's going to move on its own. The thing with the minecart is it has very slow speeds when going uphill. So you have to like have sprint and jump at the right time, and you can keep that momentum while going uphill. And the final obstacle in this game, or like this level, I mean, kind of requires you to do that because of some timing of these gates that are going to fall down. And then there's also, you have to hit these switches so that you change the path of the track. You hit,
Like
right
that,
there.
yeah.
He hit the wrong button there. You gotta push that door away, so you gotta do the same track or opposites, whatever.
Yeah.
So this right here, you have to maintain some speed, or else you're not gonna make these gates. Definitely, casually, that's a very rough part.
I think I saw you do that level for like that last section for like 10 minutes straight.
I've definitely just been stuck there forever.
You get the sprint in the minecart. So fun. Very innovative. What even is this? Yeah, this is the cowboy world. This is like, has nothing to do with cowboys. It was just the one level. Now we got lava, I guess. Oh! Oh no. I keep doing it now. I'm pressing the wrong buttons.
This is so unlike you, Robbie.
I think this is very likely. Oh, good job. Alright. So yeah, I actually have to use my brain sometimes. It's pretty bad.
It's a hard thing to do for all of us.
But that's not too bad. That was near the start, so... But some cycles are going to be off. But that shouldn't be too bad for this level. I'm surprised that hit. Okay. Oh.
Those are some really tight jumps right there. You're supposed to just like tight walk around the edge there, but you can pull off some precise jumps if you're Roby.
Oh, please. Okay, nice.
Oh damn! I didn't know you could make that cycle.
I just fucked up.
Oh my god!
It gave me the opportunity to live.
Cycle, and then you just.
Oh, okay.
So I don't. If you've noticed, there are some like pink coins spread around the map, called pinky coins, tokens.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one they are. I think there are 8 per level, and then there's also a hidden item on every single level, which you find via the VMU beep. That when you get close to it.
Yeah. So you gotta have the VMU for everyone.
To do 100% for this game, you have to collect all 8 tokens in a single run. And then you can collect the hidden item, plus there's a target time for each level. And 100% for this game is very hard, as you want to get all 3 of those things in one attempt of that level. I am the only person other than Broby to have run 100%, and I've had to redo levels multiple times trying to get all of them. So Broby's 100% time is, I believe, let me look it up.
RTA, it's like 38.
Yeah, RTA is a 38, which means his 100% time is 4 minutes faster than second place's any percent time. just to put in perspective just how crazy Broby is at this game.
No one plays this game. Really good. Really good.
Second place was a really good time, but I believe we found all of the boss skips after he did that run and stopped playing the game. So second place time is a very good time. It's just missing out on 3 boss skips. And Broby went the wrong way in the hub world, once again mixing up his red and blues.
I mean, I don't even remember like which one it takes, so I just like gotta go with my heart. And my heart's wrong. God damn. Yeah, the Dreamcast needs more love for speedrunning, I think. This is one of the good ones. I feel like
it's definitely a diamond in the rough for Dreamcast.
Alright, on to the final world, the future. So now things are just like crazy, and I mean, oh,
that was it. What? What was that?
Okay.
You're gonna have to jump back.
It like hit like a ledge, like that's not even like a ledge. I guess I don't know. So all the cycles, a lot of the cycles in this level are very important, and I just don't know any of them now. Okay, let's go. That's not bad. Again, at the very start of the level, now we just play the game. Oh!
That wall, that magnet wall that he just climbed is very rough because it has like alternating between which you have to press. And these electric fences are very tight timing too.
There's no time.
I definitely remember in my first playthrough of this, I spent about 20 minutes on that first set of laser gates.
Oh my god. Alright. Okay.
Kind of forgot you could make that jump there.
Me too. I kind of got scared.
Oh, nice.
Like,
15 flat there is really good. Even with the death.
That's wild.
Like 115 flat. With the death, that's really good.
Dreamcast 25th anniversary stream coming in September? Ain't no way. I'm huge.
SegaCrew should play this for the 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
Love to watch the SegaCrew play through this game. Should only take, I think, about 6 hours. I think that's how long it took me.
Pretty good. Grabbing this pill right here is important, potentially, because later I can just damage boost, I guess, across like the laser floor.
Use the immunity frames you get after getting hit by the pill to skip stuff quite often in this game. Yeah. Which makes the Dreamcast version, or the Japanese version of this game, considerably harder because it doesn't give you the pills. So there are a lot of skips possible on the US PAL versions that are not possible on Japanese. Yeah, so it's right there. We used the pill to just stand on the burning hot lasers, and
as you do,
not have to do a very annoying cycle.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight cycle, surprisingly. But we don't even have to worry about it. We're good.
This is 4-3. This is probably the hardest level in the entire game.
Everyone's favorite, for sure.
Like I said, I spent 6 hours beating this my first time through. I think it was an hour 45 minutes on this level alone.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think I remember it being like 2
almost
hours.
a third of my total play time for this, my casual playthrough, was this level.
Oh, okay. I thought I missed that guy.
And it was this part right here. This is so many very tight, like magnet uses, that if you mess it up, you're dead. If you press the wrong button once, you miss time.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Roby.
Whoopsie. Alright, well that's pretty bad.
Yeah, so there are two paths you can take on this part. And the top path is probably it's the easiest path with these ropes, but like still very difficult. And the bottom path is technically quicker for the speed run, but is to get fast is very, very difficult. I think Broby does it in world record and just kind of jumps across everything perfectly.
It's so hard to like even know what's happening on those platforms. It just kind of sends you all over the place. Very risky, not very rewarding.
Yeah, so right here is a lot of really tight movement tier 2. In particular, there's a cycle here at the end, which is very annoying.
Good.
That right there, you have to you don't know that rock is there until you basically already started your jump. So, I mean, that one right there took me a very long time. And these enemies right here, it is possible to skip this little semi-boss fight right there. Never been pulled off in a run, but has been done in the IL record.
Oh my God, Rodus. Yeah, it says about
I thank you for the gift sub. I got a sub from that.
G. Willikers. That's great. Alright. Last main level. Here we go. At the very start of this, we kind of just have to wait because these crushers don't work.
So it looks like you could make it there, but nope. You'll die if you go one little swing earlier.
Oh no! Alright. Whatever. Brush it off. We keep moving.
These platforms, because they're moving, quite often can just eat your input because of the zero coyote time. Right, if they start falling before you hit the jump, you're not getting the jump.
That was rough, but I guess we're good.
Oh, you're doing.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about that cycle. Also, oh my.
I'm so surprised you were able to make that jump. First of all, I can never get that jump.
For this
that
section,
jump right there is very, very difficult.
We gotta break down these walls, but the boxes are just not great at all to aim. They bounce, they go over the place. It's very cool.
Sometimes they'll just do whatever they want. You can definitely think you're throwing a box one way and it'll go to the left or something.
Yeah, it matters about which way Neo is facing, not his whole like body, but his head. And Neo's head can just look at random things sometimes. Like he'll look over to the side, like, oh, there's an enemy over there, and it'll just completely throw off your aim and ruin everything just because he wanted to look at something else that you didn't tell him to do. But yeah, now we're on the
final level boss.
The final level boss. Yeah, there we go.
So this boss we actually cannot skip. yet. Maybe in the future one day we'll find a way to skip it, but at the moment we do have to do this boss fight.
Yeah.
And it's unlikely there will be a skip for it, because you can see the teleporter right there, but there's a very large gap in between. So it's not something you can quite just be pushed through.
I believe it's possible one day. Just gotta wait on his attacks, but we can just stand still there. But
very much, it follows the same sequence of how the boss fights work. Is you kind of have to wait for them to do their attacks, and then you have the opportunity to attack back. And some of these are quite annoying. This animation, or the attack pattern right there, was always my least favorite.
Picking favorites? Yeah.
So, if you notice, this boss throws out 3 enemies every time. So it is technically possible, I think, to do a 2 cycle, because it takes 6 hits in total. It's definitely, would probably considered one of the hardest things in the game, because I don't think it's ever been done before.
No, I've tried a little bit, and it just, it's very tough. And also, I die there. So it skips like the little boss animation of him dying.
He has a very long animation of put on different heads, and then at the very end he puts on a bomb and it blows up, and then the boss ends. But if you just die there, it skips the death animation. And the similar thing can be applied to every single boss in the game if we didn't skip them.
Yeah. And here's another boss we can't skip because there's no teleporter. We just gotta kick their ass.
No, so this fight does not end until you, like this, typically in the boss fight, you kill the boss and then you go to a teleporter. But this one, it ends as soon as you kill the boss.
Yeah.
And this is the final boss of the game. This is Pinky. There's a, like, evil baby inside of there, controlling the robot. In this one, there's a little ledge right there on where Pinky is standing, and it is awful because the boxes you throw there can just bounce off that tiny ledge, and if you don't, then you have to get an extra cycle, and it's really damaging to do that. So the way that we do this boss fight is there's 2 enemies per phase. So in the first phase there, we only do 1 throw instead of 2. Because on the final phase, Pinky will only spawn 1 enemy. And that phase is a very long attack pattern before it will spawn more enemies. So we'll just throw 1 there on its shortest attack pattern so that we can skip having to do an extra cycle of the final phase.
It just drops 1, and then that should be the final one? Or before the final one comes, that's the final one.
Yes.
But
so
yeah,
now it's gonna spawn and it's just gonna start walking towards you.
So and all of them have been red. All of them have been red, but the last one they do is a blue one. And if you miss that blue one, it's over. Also, time is now. Sorry. Time is now.
It was a 3840, so.
Yeah, 3840. Cool. Thank you.
So yeah, Broby pulls off in a marathon around 4 minutes faster than second place time.
That's why this game needs more runners. If it looks cool to you, just give it a go. It'll be fun.
This is it's super fun game. It is very difficult, but it's probably one of my favorite platformers of all time.
Yeah, very challenging, but in a good way. Thank you all for the GGs. Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah. If you're interested, there is a Discord on the SRC page. you could join, and we'll definitely help you out in any way you need. There's a lot of people in there who love this game and would love to have more runners, or even just more people who played the game.
Yeah, definitely. Not a lot of people have beaten this game, so it's a pretty good achievement. That's a.
Yeah. And the majority of the people in the Discord just play the game and don't run it. So even if you're not interested in running, just want to play it, you can talk to us there too.
Yeah. And you hear the credits. It does give you an in-game time at the end, and that's what we use for the main timing method. So I would like to know what that is. And it also tells us how many stuff we collected of the treasures, but it's anyway, so we don't get it.
A little cutscene at the end about the guy who made the robot Neo. And you get a different animation or different cutscene depending on if you 100% the game or not.
It's very rewarding, surely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, but yeah, that's it for me. That's Super Mario Neo. One of my favorite games of all time. I definitely would like more people to play this game. And thank you for commentating with me, GB. That was great. Thank you.
Rat's on a crazy good run.
Yeah, not bad. Underestimate. I'm happy.
Yeah.
All right.
My estimate for this game when I do marathons is 55 minutes. I might barely make it.
All right.